computer. Yep. Okay. I'm so excited, you guys. For those of you who are not on my team, my name's Alli. I'm a double diamond with It Works. And I wanted to do this training because I think it's super, super important to use your sidelines. I think that we all have so much to learn from each other. And so I have been close with Catilin for a while, and me and Jessica started talking back and forth, and I was like, girl, I need them both on a training right now. So I'm going to let them tell a little bit of their story. We're going to keep it short and sweet so that we can get through all of the questions, but I do want you guys to know a little bit more about them, how long they've been with the company, and what they've accomplished so far. So Catilin, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys, my name is Catilin Hoffman, and I'm a diamond. I started the company October 2nd of 2015. I know most of us, I think, kind of have to watch for a while before we decide to, jump in on this. I literally saw a post about a wrap, and I liked it, and the girl messaged me, and she's like, hey, do you have a mom belly? Because I just had a baby, and I'd like the wrap. She's like, do you have a mom belly? Do you want to try the wrap? And I'm like, no, my belly's fine. Thank you. I was super offended. I actually know her, so, it wasn't so bad. And then the next day I saw a post about making the Ruby bonus was announced for October again, and it was, do you want to make $500 from your phone? And I was a stay-at-home mom of 2. My daughter was 2 months old, and my husband was basically like, you have to go to work and do something because we just weren't comfortable on just his income anymore with 2 kids and 2 dogs. And literally I saw that post. It was like, make $500 from your phone. And I messaged her about it and signed right up. It was like and it was a super spammy post. It was one that we tried to avoid. And Bubba, get your sister a binky. And so I signed up that day. I went, she didn't really help me. She had signed up 2 weeks before I did. I didn't really know many uplines, and so I just worked my butt off, watched a bunch of Jade Hooper YouTube videos, and I went diamond in 5 months. And here I am today. It was really crazy. But I've been sitting at diamond now for over a year, so I'm not double yet.
That's still a really good story, because I was the same way. I talked to Melissa for 2 weeks, and I was like, sign me up, take my money. So sometimes it's hard for me to understand why people sit around, because it wasn't that hard of a conversation for me. A decision. Okay, Jessica, your turn, please, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, guys. So my name is Jessica Cartwright. I am a double diamond. I have been with the company. It'll be 4 years in December. So just to put this into timeline, I think I'm I've been with Jade the longest. She personally enrolled me. So she enrolled in August. And then I enrolled in December after being her customer for 2 weeks. So, I mean, it was kind of crazy because I kept seeing her post. I went to her only party that she has ever done. I tried to wrap, got results, fell in love. I actually fell in love with greens because I have an autoimmune disease. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to try it and it's going to be great. And I kept seeing her post. I had went to school with Jade, so I kind of knew about her. But I was like, wait a minute, this girl's making money. And at the time, I was working 2 jobs, a full-time job and a part-time job in healthcare with my daughter, wherever she was, because it wasn't with me. So I was like, well, what the heck? So I enrolled with her. I fought with her for 6 months about how I could not do this. Because, how in the world, where do you want me to pull this time from? And she finally told me one day, she was like, if you think you're the only single mom with a job in this company, you're out of your mind. And that light bulb went off, and I just kind of ran. So I went Ruby in 13 months, and then quadruple promoted to double diamond
Whoa.
So I earned I earned the double good diamond bonus. So that was $20,000 in March of 2015. And then I went double diamond the next month and earned the $15,000 after that. Yeah, it was crazy. But I've been sitting at double diamond since then because I got some crazy team stuff, but that's besides the point. But I'm close to triple, so holla.
That's so exciting. I think that's one of the biggest things I know for myself personally. I put myself on some timeline of oh, I need to be triple by this. And I sometimes have to take a step back and be like, Alli, You haven't even hit 2 years yet. Like, it's so, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that that's really good for everybody to hear, is that doubles and diamonds make a really good paycheck from your phone. So sometimes life happens, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a really good point. I'm glad that both of you guys said that. So the first question, and I'll start with you, Jessica, and then Caitlin can answer it. The first question is, oh no, where'd it go? Just kidding. Hold on, guys. I promise I have it. It is, what is one thing you wish you had known while you were working on going diamond?
I didn't prepare for this at all, so this is going to totally be like...
That's okay.
I would say probably my leadership. Like, I wish I would have poured into myself more, because I was still working while I was doing all of this. So I was still working I had quit my part-time job, but I was still working full-time as I was promoting. So I think the only thing that I would have changed is pouring into myself more. You know, I was still on the corporate calls and Jade's calls and participating when I could, but like reading books and just doing stuff for me, I think would have made the world of difference.
Yeah, no, totally. I love that. That's a really good point. Caitlin?
Okay, so for me, I didn't know what I was doing. Somebody told me post the 3-3 rule, message people, add people. I didn't try to reinvent the wheel, so that's what I did. I knew really nothing about leadership for my team. I enrolled probably 95% of my volume and my distributors. I built people. I gave people who weren't even working from the get-go a paycheck because I was trying to fill boxes. So I think, and if you guys don't know, I kept diamond for 3 months and I lost it. And I was paid as ruby for an entire year. And I just got diamond back 2 months ago. But you guys, it took me 5 months to go diamond the first time because I did all the work. I wasn't trying to help my team, and I lost it after 3 months. This time it took me an entire year to build up, to get so strong. My volume has never been this high as it has the past 2 months. My team is working, they're enrolling, and right now I'm only placing with people who are working. And that's the mistake I made last time. I can't move those LCs anymore. I can't move those DTs. Like, once they're there, and I moved it with people who weren't even doing anything that I asked, but I just wanted those boxes filled so I could promote. So if I would have done it the way that I do it now, I probably wouldn't have done it in 5 months, but I would have been okay with that because I wouldn't have lost it.
I'm getting like goosebumps because I remember that's the one thing I think not a lot of people, you rarely hear people admit that they lost their rank, but it happens all the time. Like, it, because either you build fast. That's why I double promoted executive to emerald in 2 months, and I maintained enough to keep my emerald bonus of $2,000. And then I lost it, and I sat at ruby and was paid as ruby for 4 months. It is really hard to keep a steady paycheck when you have built and done all of the work by yourself for 25, 22 boxes. You're filling all that volume. Don't get me wrong, it's doable. And there are people, you just heard, people that have built themselves by themselves to diamond. If you want it bad enough, you can do that. But I just, that was so good. That was so good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Caitlin, how much time throughout the course of your day do you think you spend working your business? And you're a stay-at-home mom, a work-at-home mom. So how often, how many hours could you say?
I couldn't give you hours, but I could tell you every spare second. Most of my day consists of posting and messaging, like answering team chat questions. And if any of my potentials or anybody messages me, I can get to those. I don't have time during the day to cold message. I mean, I'm sure I do. It's just not the system that I have to add and to message. They go to bed at 8:30, and then I stay up probably till 2 or 3 in the morning, and I use that whole back end after they go to bed to do all of my busy work where I can message and add and unfollow and chart and do all the like nitty gritty stuff after they go to bed, because I don't get like a solid 5 minutes to myself without being interrupted. I've got 2 dogs, 70-pound and a 50-pound, and the 50-pound has seizures. So between the 2 dogs and the 2 kids, I clean the house, I cook. I don't, my husband makes the majority of the income, so I don't let him do anything. So the only thing I neglect is laundry.
Yeah.
I clean it, but it doesn't get folded. But my phone's always on me. Any spare second I get, I work and I will post, and I have a 10 posting schedule. I'll post 10 times normally. And but I run on like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
It just works that way for me.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I do like my team and posting during the day, and then from 10 to 2/3, I do the messaging and the following. And yeah, I sacrifice a lot of sleep. You know what I mean? But it's worth it. So quickly before I go to Jessica, I want you to touch on really quick, because I have this problem, and maybe you can help me with it. Okay, so I have girls telling me that they want to go diamond. They're dead set on diamond, but then I have people asking questions in the chat, and a lot of people see this person ask a question and they don't answer. Like, they think how important do you think it is as a leader to be present in front of your team?
100%.
Okay.
I cannot ask my team to post if I'm not posting. I can't ask my team to message if I'm not messaging. I can't ask my team to answer questions in the chat if I'm not answering. I can't ask my team to get on calls if I'm not on calls. I can't ask my team to enroll if I'm not enrolling.
Perfect. I love
that. Like, you have to be the person that you wish you could enroll. And ask yourself that question. Am I the person right now that I wish I could enroll? Would you want another you on your team? If the answer is no, get your butt in gear.
Yeah.
Be who you want to enroll.
Heck yeah.
And you'll attract those people to you, honestly.
I love that. All right, Jessica, your turn.
Okay.
Question. Oh, yeah. How much time throughout the day?
So I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was working a bazillion hours, because there's a lot of people that haven't quite got there to where they're home.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly, so I worked in healthcare. So if my hands were not on someone, they were on my phone and I was still working. So I was taking hourly potty breaks. My coworkers thought it was hilarious. They're like, why are you peeing so much? It's like, well, I'm drinking a lot of water. And I would literally go into the bathroom, post, message if I could, respond to messages, whatever it was. Granted, this was years ago, and even that, I would stay up late. I would get up early. It was just what I had to do, and I was okay with it. I was used to not sleeping anyway, so hey, whatever. Now it's a little bit different. I kind of have to go with the same thing Caitlin said. It's hard to say an hour. I can say because Melanie's in school for 8 hours a day. So I do spend a lot of time posting and following. Then I'll send out messages if I can, but I'm the only one that lives here besides her. So I have to do things.
Yeah.
So I do have to do dishes, otherwise we don't eat. And I do have to do laundry because I really feel like they would frown upon her going to school stinking. Do I fold it though? Absolutely not. And do I eat clean, eat off of the clean dishes in the dishwasher? Heck yes. Mm-hmm. This is total Team Hooper style. If you do laundry, you're not doing it right.
I like that.
No, guys, seriously, I remember going to Jade's first apartment and the laundry just piled to the ceiling.
I believe it.
But now, I spend more time, during the day posting and following, and then after she goes to bed and, we do nighttime stuff. Because once she gets home, I try to disconnect as much as possible just because she needs me. That's when I spend a lot of my time messaging and doing that other, the busy stuff, the charting and all that stuff. I do have team chats that I'm in all day long answering questions because I never want to be that leader or have that team where someone feels like their question's not answered in a timely manner. Because, I know that if I have a question, I want it answered because I'm freaking out because I got to answer it right now, and I don't ever want them to feel like they had to wait or, whatever the case was. So,
yeah, totally. No, that was really good. Okay.
It's fine.
Our next question is, and I'll start with you, Jess. How do you get people to commit to joining your team? I talk to lots of people who want to join, and then when I follow up, they disappear.
I follow up till they block me. It sounds crazy, but I'm going to go with a solid, 98% of the people that I enroll on my team, I've talked to for months and months and months and months. And you just have to catch them when the time's right for them. Just because we've got promotions going on and all these things going on, they don't care about that. It's they don't have a brain cell for it, so they don't care. They just don't, it has to fit into they have to be ready.
Yeah.
So, fortune's in the follow-up.
Yeah. No, I think that's solid advice because I feel like there are some people where I get to that point where I'm like, at this point, like I'm following up with you and I continue to follow up, but I'm like, I'm not someone who drags people or begs people or builds people anymore. So if you're not ready, then I don't want you on my team anyway. And that's really bad, but like that was something I had to teach myself after I was enrolling, 13 people a month, and by the end of the month, only 3 were quitting. I mean, only 3 were working. What is why bring that many people in? You know what I mean? So like, it definitely is about the quality of people that you're talking to too. I think that's all right, Caitlin, what's your tip?
So for me, and I know not everybody's going to be like this, but I'm an open book on social media and in person. So if somebody were to add me right now and scroll through my Facebook and my Instagram, you guys would know pretty much everything about me. And that makes me very approachable, and people are very comfortable with talking to me. And when I talk to people, I talk to them like they're my best friend. When I follow up, it's not always it works related. If I feel like I followed up with them twice and they kind of left me hanging, I'll start liking and commenting on their stuff, and my name's like constantly popping up in their notifications. Like, hey, I'm always going to be like on the forefront of your mind, man. Like, you're not going to slip. I don't follow up every Friday. I don't know. Like, I'm not the person who follows up like crazy. If you give me a date, cool, I'll follow up with you and I'll keep in contact. If not, then maybe a couple of times a month, or if we have something going on. I just don't want people to feel like I'm begging them or I need them. Like, if you want this, then I'll help you. Maybe I would enroll more people. I still complete my steps to success, but maybe I would enroll more if I was a little bit more aggressive with it. And also, I think one of my strengths is the conversation, which I think a lot of people struggle with. It's one thing to get people's attention, and it's another thing to have the conversation and seal the deal. And I think I'm very good at telling people what they need to hear.
Yeah.
I used to word vomit. I don't anymore. And I think anybody could give me any kind of excuse, any kind of question, and I can answer it short, sweet, and simple, and I can tell them what they need to hear.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that's my answer.
Yeah, I think that sometimes I feel like the other day I was talking to Matt, and I told him, I was like, if I was still the same person I was when I signed up, I would be making $100 every month. Like, I've changed so much, and everyone, Alli, you're a great writer. I love writing. That's one of my really strong suits, but I also have had to learn how to have conversations with complete strangers and how to relate to people that I don't necessarily, maybe I care about them, but it's not like I love them like I love my mom, So, yeah, that's really good. I really like what you said about, practice makes perfect too. You guys have to just I've tried so many different follow-up messages, so many different cold messages. Like, I'm constantly changing them. Okay, Caitlin, what do you use to organize your potentials, loyal customers, and potential distributors?
Okay, I'm going to show you guys as best as possible with the 2 hoodlums. Okay, so if somebody tells me that they're interested, they respond to my cold message or they reach out to me. And what's been happening lately is a lot of people are reaching out to me because I'm doing a lot more of the attraction marketing now.
Yeah.
I think that's why my cold messaging game hasn't been on point, because people are coming to me. It's just not as many as I want, but I think that's going to come.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Hold on, you're going to fall. Hold on a second. So I just have a list. Like, if they like or comment or I have a conversation with them, I just have a list right here that says PDT at the top. Name, contact, like if it was through phone number, Facebook, or Instagram, so I know where to follow up with them. And the date of contact, and their name just goes on this list. I highlight them when they get signed up, and I just, this is for LCs and DTs. So when I do go through to follow up, I just have a list right here. And if they have given me a date, I have a daily planner that I write their name down in and look at. And then I also set an alarm on my phone. I do that reminder thing now that you pointed out through Messenger.
Yeah.
But sometimes if it's like through Instagram, I'll do just my calendar on my phone, because not every day I look at this planner, and I should. It's just some days I don't, and then I could miss somebody, but I always have my phone, so it'll like go off as an alarm and remind me that way.
Yeah. No, that's really smart. I like that. Jessica, what about you?
I I mean, I'll kind of backtrack too. So when I was working, I used the Reminder app. I have an iPhone, so whatever. But I used the Reminder app. I would put like their name, what we talked about, all that, because I was always on the go. I didn't have time for all this paper stuff. So that was what worked for me when I was busy. Otherwise, I have my planner. This is a plum paper planner. This is not an Erin Condren. I'm sure you can do the same thing, but when I was going through this and making it, I knew I wanted extra pages in the back. So rather than, rather than having a hundreds list, having all these like random papers everywhere, I just had these blank line pages in the back. So that's where I write all my potentials, anybody that's responded, anybody that's shown interest, anything like that. So I always have it all in one place. So no matter where I'm going, what I'm doing, it's all right here. Otherwise, when they give me a date, I just write them, on the date. And it's the same thing. I don't look at it every single day. Should I? Absolutely. Do I have any excuses? Heck no. But there's just days I just don't look. I don't know. My life is very, I don't want to say like boring, but it's very boring. Like she goes to school and I come home and I drink my coffee and I just like do my thing. So there's nothing in here that would like remind me about life. So it's just kind of one of those things, but it has come in super handy. I kind of just concocted this little method and then I write in the front because, like you got to follow up with your customers and all that jazz. So in the beginning, I write like who enrolled and where I place them and all that jazz. So it's just nice to have it in one thing and it fits in my purse. So as I'm out and about traveling, like it just works really well to just have it all in one place rather than all over. Because I will tell you, I have a like thing hanging on my wall, like ready to bust at the seams of just all of this stuff. So this is just easier for me. Alli, you're muted.
Hello. I just bought an Erin Condren and bought it's paid like $5 extra for the more note pages in the back and I'm really glad we're having this conversation because Matt always gets after me and he's like, you tell your team to write things down, but here you are like scribbling 10 names that like you haven't, and I'm like, okay, listen, I'm not perfect. Like this is the best way, but I know life gets crazy and I like the whole Reminder app idea too, because I know a lot of my team are on the go all the time. I also, for anyone who's wondering, there's someone said that you can screenshot if you're on the go. You screenshot the conversation you're having, and you can add I know for iPhones, you can make an album that says "Do not forget," and you can go back into that album at the end of the day and be like, "Oh, okay, yep, I need to like finish this conversation I was having with Steph or whatever." So, really good, really good. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. How do you get past slumps? Jessica, you want to go first?
Sure. This is going to sound crazy, but I actually just did this yesterday. I have been we're going to backtrack again.
Yeah.
So, beginning of February, I was in a pretty rough car accident and fractured my pelvis. So I couldn't walk for 6 weeks and, blah, 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 blah. I'm fine. Like, I'm good. I'm released, whatever. And being home, like, it just brought this whole new sense. I mean, I killed February and March. Totally freaking killed it from a bed. Well, I mean, I can move, but that's besides the point. But then I, like, came home, and then it was, like, back to reality, and then I just got in this slump.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my boyfriend's house Sunday, and he's cooking for the week on, like, 2 different grills, a smoker, all of these things, whatever.
Plus.
No, we're not doing this. You gotta let me finish. I'm sorry. Every time I'm telling you. So I sat there and I was like, I'm gonna message. And I did, and it felt so freaking good. So now it's just like I've got that fire back and I'm just so pumped. But you just have to do it. Put it down. No, you're not doing it. Put it down. You just have to do it. I mean, I know it sounds crazy because you just don't want to. You're like, meh. But as soon as you start, that first person that responds, and they're like, yeah, I'm interested, that fire lights back up, that gas is on high, and you're just going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to do it. Plug into calls. Do whatever you got to do to just make yourself happy. If you got essential oils, slather them on. Like, that helps too.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think that was one of I asked my upline the other day. April was a pretty rough month for my whole team, myself included. And I asked my upline, I'm like, how do I get out of this slump? And I know it's me. You know, nobody else can get me out of this slump, but I still ask her. And she was honestly like, go enroll someone. Go enroll someone. And so I did. And as soon as I remembered what it felt like to have someone sign up with me, I was like, oh, it's all like, and here I go with my 100 messages. And, you know, and it's easier said than done, but nothing fires me up more than getting an email saying someone signed up with me. And then I'm like, good to go. Like, that is what gets me out of my slumps, is signing someone up. So, Catilin, girl, talk to me.
Okay, so I think there comes a point in time in our business and in our lives, you know, with this business, where I feel like I'm not going to hit a slump again. I mean, maybe I will in a year or two. I feel very good with who I am. I think I wouldn't be the leader I am today if I hadn't lost Diamond to begin with. I would not be close to double if I was the same leader as I was then. So I feel, and I told myself, I was like, why am I not going double? Why am I not going double? And I'm like, I'm obviously not the person I'm meant to be yet to be a double. And so I had to go through all these hardships, you guys. I went through thyroid cancer. I had my thyroid removed. It was like really fast treatment, everything. Like, I just had to, like, a lot of stuff happen in 2016. It was just really crazy. You know, slump after slump. You know, after I lost Diamond, obviously I was enrolling like crazy and nobody else was. I couldn't replace the volume that was losing fast enough because I was doing it by myself. And I didn't know what personal development was. And so for me back then, I'd go to YouTube and type in motivational videos for success in life. Sometimes I do and business, but the better ones are just the life one. And I fell in love with Eric Thomas. And then Gary Vaynerchuk is my main one now. Like, yeah.
The whole team, we're all like, oh, we know Gary.
So YouTube videos are really good for me. I just, for the first time, bought You Are a Badass.
I'm about to read that one next on my list.
But it's a book, and I feel like I don't have time to read. I should have bought it as an Audible.
You're like the same person. Like, stop, because that's my problem. Is like I go and I'm like, I could be messaging, but I need to read. Like,
yeah, if it was an Audible, I could be working at the same time, and reading puts me to sleep. So I can read like a chapter and I fall asleep. But they came out with another one. I didn't know this. I don't know if anybody. It's You're a Badass at Making Money.
Yeah.
My husband is like totally against any kind of motivational video and personal development. He thinks it's super corny. And I brought these books home and he looked at that money one and he goes, I kind of want to read that. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah. So YouTube videos were huge for me. And just like, I know that I'm worthy. I know that regardless if I lose it, if every single person on my team quit right now, I am so confident that you just keep going. And then I'm going to get back up and I'm going to just keep enrolling. You just keep enrolling new blood because the cream of the crop will rise to the top and you just keep going. There is like no reason to quit because you don't have to pay for your website. You don't have to run an auto shipment. You literally don't have to pay money each month if you don't want to. So why quit when you could be making money? $20 is $20. $100 is $100. So at the end of the day, like, what puts me in gets me out of a slump here recently, it's like, if I don't make money, my kids are going to daycare and I'm going to go be working somewhere else, waking up to an alarm clock. You guys, I hate waking up to alarm clocks. This is it for me. If I don't do this, they go to daycare. And I don't live near family. I'm a military family. We have nobody around us. So I just can't do it. I cannot leave my kids. And that's just kind of my biggest motivation here lately to get me out of the slump. It's like, what are you doing? Like, your kids could be in daycare if you don't keep this up. So
I just had a conversation with someone on my team. This new thing that's happened a couple of times in the past week are people threatening to quit. Like, they're like, oh, well, I'm thinking about quitting. And so my girls who are, you know, rubies or emeralds, about to be diamond, whatever they are, they're getting upset. And I'm over here like, bye-bye, see you later. Like, you can't threaten me with quitting. You can't.
Nobody wants to hear this, but we're all replaceable.
Yeah, we are.
Every single one of us. You want to quit? I will do everything in my power to make sure like I've helped you and that I try to give you a couple pep talks. But at the end of the day, if you want to go, that's your paycheck, not mine. Mm-hmm. I'll find somebody else who does want to work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to quit, go. If you want help, I'll help you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would take it as a personal hit every time. I still do, because I'm very close with my team to where I think they would at least give me the decency to give me a heads up or chat or let me know I've had people like be my best friend and then drop off and I'm like, what did I do? Yeah. And I didn't do anything. And you know, you can throw yourself a little pity party and then be like, okay, who's next? Like, who am I going to enroll next? Girl, if you tear this book up, I'm going to beat you with it.
No, that's so true. That was one of the things that, like, I was just telling my team, the same people I promoted to Ruby with, they don't work. They're not on my team anymore.
Diamond for me, I have 2 people from my diamond chart still here today.
And that's
for
crazy,
my current diamond.
But that's what, as they've always said it, that guess what? You need 5 people, 5 good people to go to the top. So I will enroll 200, 300, 400, 700 people to find those 5 people. I do not care. And so that's something I think that helped me with getting over people quitting, was that I just realized that they just weren't one of my 5. And that, you know what I mean? Like, I just have to go find, and it stinks sometimes, but sometimes I remember, I think it was a call, I think Jade did, where she talked about they're like energy suckers. They suck the life and the energy out of you for you to like keep trying to get them to keep going. Like, I just don't have time for that anymore. That sounds, so I just had to touch on that about quitters for a second. What other things do you have going on in your life that you have to manage along with your business? So both of you guys are work-at-home moms, but I know, Jessica, you kind of talked about before, and I guess that's still, I know, like, I don't have kids, and there are some days where Matt comes home and I'm like, give me the keys to the car. I need to go for a walk. Like, and they're dogs. Like, they listen. I can put them in their crate. So can you guys talk about sometimes, I guess, prioritizing your business along with your life? Jessica, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, so Melanie knows. I joined almost 4 years ago and she's 6. So she was like 2.5, 3. Shh.
I'm not sick. Shh. Still, I'm not sick. Mommy, am I sick?
I'm still talking and you're still interrupting me. Shh.
But am I sick?
You will be soon. Okay, so she was little. She was little when I joined. So she doesn't remember me being gone all the time. She doesn't remember a lot of like the struggles.
I remember everything.
You need to go. You're done. Go.
Sorry.
Goodbye. Go. Go to bed.
No.
She didn't. You know, she doesn't really remember a lot of the struggles. She was really little.
Right.
So what she does know of mommy is that mommy works on her phone, and she will tell anybody. She is like my walking publicist. Like, she will just, she loves it. She's
so
very extroverted.
Yeah.
She'll hand out blitz cards. She'll do the whole thing. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh God. But like, she knows. So she knows, like, if she's talking to me and my face is down to my, like, and I'll just tell her, like, just a second, and I'll finish. And then, but she knows that she needs to just wait a second. She knows that this is how we do what we do. This is how mommy's home. This is how mommy goes on field trips and does all these things. This is how we have more crap than we even know what to do with. You know, this is how we live. So she just knows that she just knows at this point, you know. But I mean, my family, on the other hand, who are zero supportive, like my grandpa, he's in the like early stages of Alzheimer's. So like, we're working on that. Like, my mom, like, there's chaos all the time. Let's not forget like the accident, working on moving, like all of this other crap. But you just do it. I mean, even if I can't post as much as I wish I could, or, you know, stuff's going on, I will post every half an hour at night, you know, before I go to bed. I'll message 100 people before I go to bed. I just make time for things if the day got away from me and I just didn't have the opportunity to, you know, work my business like I wanted to, but I still make the time. On a side note, get books on Audible. And get a life-proof case and like a $3 sticky from Walmart for a soaking. and you put your phone up there, and you can do personal development while you're enjoying a hot shower.
Yeah, that's smart. I haven't thought about that.
I also, because I read that book, that You Are a Badass book.
Yeah.
Buy it. But when you're in an airplane, you have nothing else to do, so you can sit there and read. But I'm the same way. If I read, like, I fall asleep. So I'll read along as Siri's reading to me, because then I'm more engaged. I don't know, but
Oh my goodness, that's smart. I didn't think about that. But that's really good advice. I think something that has always stuck out of me, like even when I was a distributor and I was listening to the Magical Unicorn Diamonds who had anything to say that I would, whatever, the one thing I've concluded is that if you want to go diamond, you have to give up sleep. And it's so bad, but I know that's how it was when I was working 40, 50 plus hours a week. I was going to work with 3 hours, and you know what? I was cranky for a good couple months. I was pissed off during the day because I was not sleeping. But I've never once looked back and said, damn, I wish I had slept that night. Like, you know what I mean? And so it's like, I mean, I know some of you guys have kids. I don't. It's a little bit different. You have to be, I don't know, because I'm not a mom. But one of my biggest things was that, like, it's worth it. Like, it is worth it. And you can't really, because you haven't seen diamonds show up in your e-suite, you can't really understand the feeling of that happening. But once that happens, I swear, oh my goodness, it is worth every single sleepless night. So, all right, Caitlin, what do you have to conquer and prioritize?
So to kind of touch on like the no sleep thing, like they get up at like 8:30 and I stay up. There are some nights I cannot stay up past 4 because I know I have to get up in like 4 hours. And some people are like, how do you do it? And I'm like, because I have to. I have to do it. So I just do it. Make yourself stay up. Make yourself get up. Be disciplined. Make time for the things that are a priority in your life. And this needs to be one of them. If you want it to pay you like a priority in a full-time job, you have to work it like it is. And if you can't get done during the day what you need to get done, stay up and do it. You need to feel good about yourself before you go to bed, about your business. But for me, I touched on, I've got the 2 kids. My son is 3. My daughter is 20 months. They're 18 months apart. So I started when she was 2 months old. I was used to not sleeping anyways because they're 18 months apart. So it was literally like boom, boom, like no sleep ever. And because my husband was working every day, I didn't make him get up with the kids in the middle of the night. I didn't make him, obviously he couldn't like breastfeed because they were both breastfed. So they always needed me. So I've got the 2 kids, the dogs. I told you I cook and I clean. I just don't fold laundry. But, I told you guys I spend every single second I can on this. And before kids and before the dog, it was just me and my husband. My husband was my number one priority. And as the dogs came and the kids came, he kind of started going to the bottom of the totem pole, and not on purpose, but then this business came along, and we recently got in a fight about 2 months ago, bad one. And we don't fight about anything. We've been together 10 years. He was like, you spend too much time on your phone. And anytime I was trying to give him affection, or anytime he felt like I was just giving him like the littlest bit of my time that I had left to him, and he was like the last priority. And I was like, I'm literally making money from my phone, thousands of dollars from my phone every month. This is what I do. Like, you get to go to work for 8 hours a day and not be interrupted. I get to work my business 5 minutes here and there throughout the day. And I even stay up after everybody goes to bed because I don't get enough done during the day. And so, what I realized was, family comes first, and I am doing this for them. And he was right. Like, he was used to being number 1, and now he's literally I put cooking and cleaning before him too, you guys. Like, he was like number 8, like on the bottom of the pole. And I didn't mean to do that. So now when he comes home, I put my phone down for 2 hours, spend time with your family. When it's bedtime, we spend time with the kids, and, they go to bed. After they go to bed, I might spend a little bit of time with him, but that's my go time work. So it's okay to put your phone down. I was like Jessica, like, you don't want somebody to feel like their question isn't getting answered right away, because I would want mine. So I was like, always like, I need my phone so I can answer anybody's questions, like, promptly.
And that's where it comes in when you have people on your team I know for Jessica and Caitlin's sake, we're one person with a team of, if you know, people that are kind of working, kind of not, hundreds of people on our team, whether however many are in the chat. And so when I see someone ask, you know, hey, what can the fat fighters be taking with the medicine? And I know there are 15 other people in that chat who have seen it and know the answer, and they don't answer. That's more work for me. And I feel like, you know, like how much we do for our teams, that's kind of one of my biggest things that I'm struggling with right now is like, you guys, we need help. We're one piece, you know what I mean? And we don't ever ask for help. I know Jessica doesn't, and I know Caitlin doesn't, and I know I have recently, because it got to that point where you were talking about, you know, you and your husband. Me and Matt got into that argument, and he said, I'm not number one in your life, your business is. And that hit me so hard, because
it's hard to admit. Like when he said that, I was
Oh yeah, me too.
Pissed. I cleaned the whole house. I didn't look at him. I didn't speak to him. That's what I do. Like I do not make eye contact, and I just clean the shit out of my house.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I think that it's something.
It's hard to admit, man.
Tina told me the other day, she said, Alli, this is something that everybody goes through with their significant other. And it is also this business. When you love it so much, when you work so hard, when you get to Diamond and Double Diamond, something happens where this business becomes your whole entire life, where it's made to fit into your life. So I had to do that. Okay, you know, I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to figure out how to put this into my life without putting the things that I love, the things that should come before money first. You know what I mean?
It's so funny that you said that you brought up Tina, is because I went to Tina that night, and she's like, you're wrong. Like you are spending too much time then, if that's the case. Like she straight up told me, and it was like a double slap to my face, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah. No, I remember. That's the same thing. Like Tina's always my like, listen up. Let me be real. Okay. How do you consistently keep up or in touch with your downlines and with your loyal customers? So I know you guys have a chat. We have a team chat too, but one-on-one wise with your teammates, how often do you check in with them? And same thing with loyal customers. So go ahead, Caitlin.
So loyal customers, I use my calendar. So like when they sign up, I print 3 months worth. And this is separate from my daily planner, because I don't want that to get gunked up with like LC orders.
Yeah.
I print 3 months ahead, and I'll write my LC second and third orders. So like this month it has like second and third. So if they sign up today, I'd be like, okay, what's today? I don't know what today is. The 8th? The 8th.
Yeah.
Today's the 8th. So I won't write them on the 8th because the order already went through. So June 2nd or June 8th, I'll write, okay, Melody S. second auto shipment, and then I'll do that for July and write last. And then so I know every Sunday I'll reach out for my LCs for that week and say, hey, your next order is running or whatever. So I have this separate. So I look at that every Sunday, and that's how I kind of keep up with my, can you stop crinkling that, please? Reach out to my LCs. That way, I also, like, after they order, I let them know, like, let me know as soon as possible when that comes in so I can make sure you take it correctly. So I'm like, hey, you get a hold of me. It's so much easier, you guys. It's like everybody just, like, you got a question, message me. Like, it's really hard for me to reach out to everybody. So it's like, will you please message me, like, so I can do this? With my team, I have the team page in the chat. One-on-ones are huge for me. I do them all the time. And with people, I don't enroll people that are on my team that I don't enroll. You know, right. I'm like, you guys, if you want a one-on-one, because everybody's different. So I help them figure out a game plan for them. I'm like, okay, what are your goals? All right, this is the rank. This is what you need to do. This is what your schedule is. This is what you need to be doing. So I think I help individualize a game plan for everybody that wants one. Not everybody even asks for it. It's the crazy thing.
Yeah, no, I really like that. I think one-on-one Zooms are, because we always, I mean, our team, we do a lot of team Zooms. You know, Jade does the Zooms and the calls and all of that. But I know that when I can get face-to-face with someone, I feel like I can talk about their information without sharing it. You know, it's one-on-one, it's personal. Jessica, how do you keep in touch? Oh, you're muted. Hold on.
I'm talking to myself here. We all, like, each leg of my team, we have a team chat. So, I mean, there's many of them. I mean, otherwise, I feel like at this point, like in my business, my leaders are established and they know if they need something, or, you know, the people working on my team, they know if they need something, they can ask. They know they have to come to me. They know I'm busy. They know that there's just a lot going on, and I may not always be able to give them, you know, reach out to them, you know, so they know that if they need something, they can come to me. I do have a team page solely for the purpose, sort of. My team loves, like, doing a countdown, like, by enrollments. So that's really, but they love it, and I'm totally fine with it. And it's kind of nice to have that smaller where we can connect. You know, I can do contests and stuff like that. So my team page, and then just our chats, as far as, like, customers and stuff, I just write them down, you know, what month they enrolled, and then I just go back, like, through the months and just, like, follow up with everybody. So I try to keep it fairly simple. I did do the little index card thing with the box for a while.
I did it for like a month and a half, and I was like, and then when I was going double, I enrolled 30 loyal customers, and I'm like, that's busy work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to make myself, I just can't. I'm just.
Right. I do love Caitlin's idea of, though, like, message me when you get this stuff. That's a
I've been doing that because I'm the same way. I had been bad about sending, so I started doing that. I say, okay, when you get your product in the mail, you send me a message, and I'll let you know how to take it. And they've all sent me messages, and they all tell me, and I'm like, okay, and now I want you to take your pictures. And they actually take their pictures and give them to me, because it's like we're having a second conversation about it, and they've actually spent the money and the products in their hand, so they can't really blow it off. Totally, really good tip. I suggest everyone try it at least. Okay. What is the best way to explain that they pay each month for 3 months? Like, how do you word that, Caitlin?
Okay, so I have a script. You know, script does not mean robot, you guys. It's just, this is what I say every time when you ask me this question. Which one was it? How to explain. Wait, did you skip one?
Yeah, I did, because we had already,
Okay, follow up before the 3 months, that's the one you skipped?
What's the best way to explain that they pay each month for 3 months?
Okay. There was a question before, that's why I got confused. Let me read it. So when somebody asks me, okay, like, how much is it? And I say, well, a box of wraps retails for $99, but my 90-day challengers get it for $59. And they're like, I'm setting it up. I know they're going to ask me, what's the 90-day challenge? And I'll be like, okay, this is, hey, my daughter just flushed the toilet. I hope she didn't just throw anything in there. What are you doing? Okay. I say, all you do is you just order at least one product a month for 3 months, AKA 90 days. I let them know, like, I'm not trying to trick them, like 90 days is 3 months.
That's smart.
And I say it can be the same product each month, or you can change it up each time. You'll earn 10% back in product credit with each order, and after the 3 months are complete, you keep my 40% discount for life. And I use exclamation points and smiley faces, and that's it. And
I like how you don't mention you can cancel after 90 days, because that is my worst, like, and I'm so bad about it, but I, like, there's that thin line of, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to scare them away. But I feel like you probably have more people ordering past their 90 days when you I like that, Jessica.
I feel like my response now is really, like, that's fine. I say, because I always put the 90-day thing in there too, and then they ask, well, what's the 90 days? And I reply back and I say, you would get one order per month for 3 months, and I'll give you my discount. So, like, I keep it super simple, but I want to add the rest of that, because that's really good.
Yeah.
When people hear about, like, the 10% back and they keep my discount for life, it's huge. Like, I've had some people on my team go, everybody gets scared away when I mention the 3 months. I'm like, are you telling them about all the other perks?
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally like, you do this, you can pick whatever you want, just do it for 3 months, you keep the discount for life, and you get product credit back.
Yeah.
And everybody jumps on that. I do not have Can you post that in here? Me? You guys asked, can I post that? Yeah.
And Celine asked, yeah, Celine, so you can, like, the first month they could order, like, the system and 7 other products, and then the next month they could order hair, skin, and nails. Like, they're not.
Hold on, I need to.
As long as it is 1 product a month, that is the least they can do. It can go from, like, 17 to 2 products or however. Okay. How do you find an idea for a good product post? Do you plan them in advance? What wording is best for you?
Jessica, can you go? So, because I'm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's fine. So this is gonna sound super mega corny. So like you follow the top income earners, right? Like it's all good and dandy, and you see a product post, you're like, oh, that's amazing. I literally save them into my notes, change them up, and just use them over and over and over and over again. I don't, and I say this lightly, I suppose, I don't really use a lot of before and after pictures. I mean, I guess it probably should, but I just don't, because they just look, I don't know. I'll use like 1 a week maybe.
Yeah.
They just scream, I'm a distributor, which I mean is not bad, and I'm not saying it's bad, but I would rather show someone's face using the products. So I mean, and compliance is like on the hunt for not compliant before and after pictures. So I figure I'll just skip the whole thing and just not even bother with it. But I honestly, like, I have one. It's a before and after picture of the system. Before I would post this picture, I would find on one of the bazillion threads that are in every page. Well, I know it's in post for customers for sure, and I think we have one in our Diamond chat, but of just distributors holding products. So I would post that over a before and after picture. I did post one on Instagram today about the cleanse, and then I posted before and afters after that, but what you see in the front is just somebody's face holding the product. Otherwise, like, I keep it super simple. Like, it sounds really bad, but I really just use what everybody else is using. Not the same day, and I change it up. But that's what I'm saying. So when I come across stuff that I, like, love, I'll save it to my notes. So I have got this, like, plethora.
No, that's really smart.
So I can use stuff from 5, 6, 16.
Yeah, and the product posts are they're less, like, they're not life posts. They're not personal. So you can use the looking for 5 hair models today.
Right.
Even though you used it.
Yeah, I mean, and I honestly, guys, I use the same stuff over and over and over again. I will literally just scroll back.
Repetition is good, though. And so many ask, you know what I mean? Like, repetition is good for our business because not everybody sees every post we put up. And I think
exactly. I mean, but honestly, Grinna, I'm sorry for you Android people. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't
know. But honestly, like, and I'm just gonna, if you copy, like, select all, like, the words, and then hit this picture, and then hit the guy up here, it'll pop up Instagram, Facebook, and you can literally, it'll pop up on Facebook, you paste the verbiage, and it posts. So there's no trying to find the picture that goes with this.
Yeah.
There's no, like, running around trying to find stuff. And I know that's something I really struggled with in the beginning until I started saving the pictures with the words.
Yeah.
And then it was, like, the best thing ever. So that's kind of what I do. I mean, if I have a picture of myself taking it or my own, testimony, that's one thing. But I keep it simple. I keep it duplicatable, especially for my team, because I don't want them freaking out about making this perfect product post. I don't want them freaking out about things. I want to keep it easy so that they know that they can do it even in a crunch. Because I mean, I'm all about doing whatever. I'm like, crap, I got to post. So I can just scroll through, pick one, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So this has been life-changing for me. Especially being able to put the picture with it.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's so much easier. I didn't even know that you can do that. I really think that that's kind of like when it comes down to posting, especially product posts, that it can be repetition and it can be, repetitive to an extent. And I think that that kind of like my favorite part of this business is how different we run our like how different we all run our businesses. Sorry, the dog's coughing, but before and afters are my money makers. Those are what get me loyal customers, and they're ugly and I hate them and I hate the way they look on my page, but that's where all my loyal customers come from. And so my team, I'm over here like post before and afters, and they're like, I don't really like how it looks on my page. And I'm like, I was the same way, but I'm telling you, just try it. Like, and but that speaks volume about how differently all of our businesses are. You know what I mean? Where that may work for me and that may be what gets me my loyal customers. I mean, I've told the story. I had this girl one time message me and she was like, me and my friend have been looking through, you know, all the before and afters on your page for a good 2.5 hours. We want this, 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 and this. And they signed up that day, listed what they wanted and signed up because they went through my before and after pictures I posted. They do their job, but they're not attractive whatsoever. So I just, in the retrospect of what you were saying is that that's why I like trying, you know what I mean? Like try new things, you guys, like try what she's talking about, saving the same post, you know, for the next month. Think about how many posts you guys would have if you saved each product post. Like, hello, you know what I mean? I'm so excited. I'm fired up. Caitlin?
All right, so I was going to comment that it's crazy to see how differently we all run our businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So for her, like what she said, if I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see a product post that's like up to par with like the quality, like photo quality wise, because I'm doing a lot of the attraction marketing, I hit the caret on Facebook and hit save post. And then it just goes to my saved album on Facebook. And like her, you know, I can scroll back on my Facebook and it's got, I can click, literally, I've been doing this since I started, but like, so I just click this, it says view post, and it'll take me to Vanessa's original post with Jocelyn. I hit copy, and then I save the picture and then do it that way. So I don't like separately save it into notes. I just do it all, I keep it on my Facebook.
Is everybody listening to these tips? Everybody like, hello.
Do you see this caret right here?
Yeah. And then you click save post. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then where like your, when you go to your menu, there's literally a folder that says saved right there. And so all of my, and then like there's like a little 3 dot next to it and you click that. And then one of the options is like unsave it, share it as a new post, send in messenger, view post. And I click view post so you can see the original post to copy the wording. Now I do that if I'm in a crunch and I need to make a product post and I don't get time to make something up, I do that. For me, I use almost every product. I don't like to talk about products that I don't use, which is very few. So like I just ordered the weight loss bars. I've not once talked about them, and I let people know that I'm getting them in and that I don't like to talk about products I haven't used. Yeah. That they're coming in. I was team Android for the longest time because of Alli, sort of. I decided to switch because her quality was amazing. Mm-hmm. And I'm a photographer, you guys. So like I was in love with her pictures. I love portrait mode, by the way. Oh. So I have the iPhone 7 Plus now, and I just take pictures of, I'm really OCD with my business, so I'm going to try to not make this sound confusing, you guys. My brain processes like way too many things, but I try to do a very balanced product posting between me using the products, other people taking a picture with the product, and before and afters. I do less before and afters than I do with the other two. Yeah. But I do space them out. Mm-hmm. I have 4 posts in between my product post and 4 posts in between my live post. I literally, like, legit, you guys, I have a 10 post schedule. It's got like 2 product posts and 2 live posts a day. In the morning, I do a quote, family, chore, selfie, Pinterest thing. Like, I literally just have it planned out.
Because you're high up on people who I see because we interact a lot. And I'm like, Caitlin does not miss a beat. I think there was one day where you were traveling all day that I was like, has she gotten to her destination yet? Is Caitlin okay? Like, because you're so consistent, and I love that. So, and I love that you point out that you put personal pictures and personal things in between your It Works, because
all of my Yeah, and then all of my sales are the products that I use that I talk about the most. And because I post at least one picture a day, because I have 2 product posts, and one of them says me in parentheses. It's a picture of me holding it or in my area. Like literally, I took the picture of the product, me using it. People are like, I see you use this. People watched my hair grow. Like it wasn't even, they saw the before and after. They saw me when I started it, and they watched my journey because I talked about hair, skin, and nails all the time. And it's okay to do that because it let people know I was using it every day. And that was my biggest sale. I'm deathly afraid to cut my hair off because people will stop talking about my hair. And my sales for HSN will go down. I'm literally going to be Rapunzel soon.
Yeah. No.
So
I got you.
I use personal pictures. They're not all, I don't do the spammy. I hardly ever do the product model thing because I see so many people do it. And I'm like, you look like you're looking for people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about your discount all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like one day it'll be like a picture of me in ThermoFit. I recently started running. People know that. And I'll be like, today's run was fueled by greens and ThermoFit. That's it. People are going to be like, what's that? I didn't give any info about it. I didn't talk about a discount. Maybe towards the end of the month, I'll talk about a discount or spots because I'm like, okay, you guys, I'm running a special. But if I feel like if you're constantly talking about looking for product models or a discount, that you always have a discount, that you're throwing around to everybody, and that you're always looking for spots, so you're not having any sales.
It's
so.
True. That's a
I
very.
don't know. I like my brain's very complicated and OCD. And
no, but that goes down to branding, and that's what we've talked about for a while now. And I think we kind of, both of us started at the same time being like,
yeah.
Oh,
well, once you mentioned it in that chat, you're like, branding. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? And like, I've actually kind of been doing this branding thing. And then I stepped it up. I made a list and was like, what is my brand?
Mm-hmm.
And I made a list of what it was. And like, so till that day, like, I think that's why people are coming to me. And why my attraction marketing is working really well. So.
Yeah, no, I'm so bad. Like, I'll admit, I've told my team before, like, I don't read a lot of people's posts just because I'm like, I've heard the same distributor say the same thing 17 times. There are very few people who I pay attention to when they post. And I'll tell you, those people know what their brand is, know what they want, know what other people like to see. Like, yeah. I love that. Okay, so last question. I want you guys to put on your pep talk pants. And I want Caitlin and Jessica, I want you guys to both tell the teams one thing that they absolutely need to start doing. I mean, how are they going to go diamond? And what do they absolutely need to do to go diamond?
Okay, you want to go first?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. Go.
Okay. I hope you guys are like sitting down because it may get a little intense.
I'm ready.
Okay. You have to get the heck over yourself is what you have to do. I don't care how much you don't want to do it. I don't care how uncomfortable you are doing it. I don't care that you don't know what the heck you're doing. Okay, on Team Hooper, there is 0 reason to fail, ever. We have got more trainings than any team. We have got more leadership than any team. We are the number 5 team in this company, you guys. There's no reason that you can't be successful unless you don't want to be. It is not difficult to post, message, and follow up and grow your audience. It's really not. But if you don't do all 4 of those things consistently, you will go nowhere fast. You know, if you're only posting and you're not messaging, you're getting nowhere. If you're only messaging and not posting, nobody's going to respond because they have no idea what you're talking about. If you don't follow up, you're not going to enroll anybody because no one enrolls the first time you talk to them. And if you're not growing your audience, you're going to talk to the same 20 people over and over and over again, and you're going to have and I will tell you guys, I don't want to say none, but the people that took me double diamond, like all of them have quit. I've rebuilt, and what does Jade say? The good stuff floats to the top. So I mean, that's what
say. The cream of the crop rises to the top.
Yeah, that's it. So the cream has rose to the top. We're good. But all of these new people that we have all enrolled are complete strangers that we were not friends with even 6 months ago. You know, so if you're not doing these 4 things consistently, you're just like I almost feel like
time.
Yes.
You're wasting your own time. You're wasting your leader's time.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and not only that, utilize the resources. Don't ask me. Don't ask me stupid stuff.
Yeah, no.
It's in Product Coach. Mm-hmm. And then get butthurt when I tell you to go look in Product Coach because I'm busy too. Mm-hmm. You know, if it's not cleaning up one person's poop, it's somebody else's. Mm-hmm. You know, so like asking me dumb questions is just like, I mean, I hate saying there's really no dumb question.
Yeah. No, there are.
But if there is a resource that's widely available to everybody, that's an actual website anybody can look at that has the answer, I'm not doing it. Yeah. And I guess the only other thing that irks the living daylights out of me is if you're going to post, make it a good picture. No black, green, and bling. No like consistent crap. Don't Google it. Don't do anything like that. But if you're gonna like post a selfie, make it look really good. I mean, not that mine are always amazing, because I will be the first to say that they're not. But put the light in front of your face. Use an app for filters. That Perfect 365 or whatever with the makeup thing, that's so fun.
Yep.
You can look like death and it'll make you look amazing. I promise, because I played with it. Like, it was.
I tried it out.
But I mean, don't just look blah.
Don't be lazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're, it almost gets to a point where if you're going to post and you only have time to post 1 or 2 times a day, make them good quality posts rather than a bunch of just crap.
Yep.
Then you blend in, no one sees your stuff, no one interacts with you, and they're just on about your day. Yep. So if you stick out a little bit and it looks even maybe a little unrealistic, because we all know that there's some distributors that you see and you're like, gosh, that caught my eye because it doesn't even look real.
That's like me and Alyssa. I like have this like, I'm like kind of like her stalker. Like I think that like I want to be her so bad. Hence why I started wearing a choker, because I thought maybe, no, I'm just kidding, but like not really. But it's true. You know what I mean? And to an extent, like she is a professional lifestyle blogger. She is a professional photographer. But you know what? Even if she wasn't, she puts effort into her posts and into her pictures. And that's the name in this game. The nicer, you know, the better quality posts and pictures you have, the more money you make. Because let's be honest, our war market runs out real fast. And you're trying to impress people you don't know. And you're trying to get them to spend money with you. And so if you're not making an effort on your posts and on your pictures, then you are wasting your own time. And you aren't going to get the results that, you know, anybody can go diamond. But it takes anybody working their butt off and making an effort. Oh, my gosh. Fired up. Caitlin, tell me about it.
All right. So do you guys know how I know I'm going to be at the top one day? Like, do you know how I know?
I'm excited to know.
Because I'm not going to quit. The people who are at the top didn't give up. They didn't get there because they quit. I'm going to get there. Is it going to be in another year? I don't know. Is it going to be in 5 years? I don't know. I know I'm going to get there. I don't have to put a timeline on it, but I will set daily or monthly goals. You know, I have triple diamond on my dream board right here, and I wrote December 2016. I crossed it out and I wrote October 2017. That's my new date. You don't change your goals, you change your timeline. And for me, I've been so consistent with posting in this business. You know, I did 3-3 rule in the beginning, and originally I thought the 3 for the product post meant before and afters, because I was doing 3 before and afters a day. I was still getting in regular pictures in between everything. I was literally doing 3 before and afters a day, 3 life posts. And at the time, I thought life posts meant just regular pictures, like about my life. I didn't know what a life post was, you guys. Like I talked about, you know, how easy it was to work. I don't know how I signed people up in the beginning. I went dominant. I really don't know how I went diamond in 5 months, you guys. I don't. Other than I did the work. I didn't wait for somebody to give me the answer. I figured it out. I didn't have anybody. I didn't know I had anybody. It took me a really long time before I started talking to Tina, or even knew that I could talk to her. You know, she was a triple diamond.
Yeah. I know. Oh, yeah.
Like a newbie. And so when I popped diamond, she had no clue. She's like, who the hell is Caitlin? She didn't know who I was, really. And so I know I'm going to get there one day, because I'm not going to stop. If you are constantly enrolling new blood, you're going to keep climbing. You just have to keep enrolling. You got a P? Oh, a B? Well, ask your brother to get a B. I don't know where your B is. He wants her binky. If you got a P,
Like a B.
try to climb like a binky, a B. She calls it her B. But anyway, so you just do the work. You can jump on all the trainings you want. You guys can sit here and listen and pretend like you're going to take what we tell you and put it into work. You know, you're not. You can jump on every training, every call. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing it, you're not going to go. It's just not going to happen. If you're not making time for it, it's not going to happen. So you'll get to a point where you just kind of say, okay, let's do this. And then you do it. And I know when my posting game is really low, or my posting game is never low usually. When my messaging game is low, I feel like crap. But then when I do sit down and do it and do a power hour, I get results. And I'm like, what the hell was I doing not messaging for like 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Here I am taking 1 hour and I'm getting these crazy results. And it was because I was doing the work. Mm-hmm. There's no secret sauce. I've perfected my brand, I think, in my opinion. That's helped a lot with people coming to me. Good. You need a B? Go tell your brother to get it. We'll go walk out there and tell him.
That makes my ovaries hurt so bad.
Yeah, me too.
My husband had a vasectomy, so we're done. I'll get it in just a second. Can you take these? Can you open that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you guys. It's at the end of the day, you know, are you posting every day? Are you messaging every day? Are you sending requests every day? If you're not doing these things, and social media is how you plan on building, you know what you need to do. That's the thing. Like, we know what we're not doing. You just have to have discipline. Motivation is shit. I'm sorry if anybody's kids are listening. Motivation, I will watch a motivational video every couple days. And hold on, you want a green stew? But I have to do it every couple days because it doesn't last. So you have to be disciplined. Make a list. Sorry, you can close it out.
You're good. Yeah, you guys, thank you so much. Oh my God, Jessica. Oh my gosh, you guys are like, I need to invest in a printer or something, and I'm like scribbling.
You don't have a printer?
Oh, you should see my charts. They're still hand drawn. Yeah.
Don't show Jade. She'll kill you.
Oh, no, I know. I like drew them so they're like organized and they're on my wall. Like literally like my charts. Yeah. So I have like, you can see them, but anyway, long story short, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for coming and listening. And thank you, Jessica and Caitlin, for sharing your tips. I'm super excited. I'm going to upload this on my YouTube and we'll get you guys the link. And I hope that everybody has a good rest of their week. I'm so excited. Bye, guys.
Bye.